Cardinals are falling apart. Kyler Murray a couple of weeks ago scrubbed all of his Cardinals references from his social media, and he said it wasn't about contract negotiation, but today it is about the contract negotiation. And him and his agent put out this like manifesto about how much he wants to be with the Cardinals, but how the Cardinals have to show that they want him to be a part of their long-term plans, and that means paying him $50 million a year. So, hey, not the Niners' problem, but definitely I'm sure they're laughing in Santa Clara, and this is probably good news to them, because for a while it looked like the Cardinals were taking the play away from the Niners, and it was going to be the Cardinals and the Rams. Now, I don't know. What do you think about what's happening in Arizona?
First of all, the thing people don't really know about me as much, they know this Stafford. I love Kyler Murray.
I like Kyler Murray too.
Since he went to Oklahoma.
$50 million for any player, you know that.
No, I don't like the way Kyler Murray's handled this situation like that much. He comes across, a little bit sensitive, and a little bit, it's a little childish, honestly, the way it's come across. And honestly, I think that the way it's handled in public, the negotiation, I think it's clear Kyler Murray wants to get paid, and I think it's clear that the fact that he's gotten injured the second half of the last 2 seasons, he left a lot of money on the table with baseball. He wants to make sure that he is securing his long-term future. And I mean, 2 Pro Bowls and a Rookie of the Year in 3 years, that's pretty impressive. It's pretty impressive. He's one of the 6. He's one of the quarterbacks, that fits in like the 8 to 12 range of QBs. He's a top 10 QB in my opinion.
And he can play like on a given day. He can play like the best quarterback in the league.
He's the most unstoppable player in the NFL. Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. And so because of that, I just think it's interesting. But to me, my main takeaway is really Kyler Murray, because he's gotten beaten up and because he gave away what could have been maybe an even more lucrative future in baseball. He's pressing and he's anxious about ensuring that he secures his future with the money.
I love the Cardinals. I love Kyler Murray in a rookie deal. I'm not a fan of paying anyone $50 million a year. And Kyler, not only does he get hurt, but his numbers aren't great. He's a hell of a talent, but it's not like he's put together the resume of Patrick Mahomes and he's like, well, you got to do it. I mean, that's going great. It's like, it's still a bit of a projection with Kyler Murray, because he's shown the flashes and he does.
Heck, I'm not even sure Lamar would be able to command $50 million, and he's won an MVP.
And Lamar has actually done more than Kyler Murray.
He's won an MVP.
I don't know, man. I could definitely see why Arizona's like.
And you want to talk about like he talked about, they were a terrible team before he came, and he turned them around right away. But Lamar has taken it an even bigger step in Baltimore. Heck, if they don't get hurt this year, even with Lamar Jackson having a bad month of November, Baltimore makes the playoffs. And heck, they might have won the AFC North. They were 8-3. They were the 1 seed. And then Lamar Jackson got hurt. So
I'm off the Cardinals. Basically what I'm trying to say, I'm trying to bring this back to the Niners. I kept being the guy for the last year or two being like, hey, watch out for Arizona. They are coming for the 49ers. They're going to pass them. Now I'm like, they missed it. They're going to be spending a ton of money on their quarterback, just like every other team. And I think the Niners are basically better than them. And then now the Niners have the quarterback who's cost effective, theoretically. So I think the Niners, I don't think the Cardinals they look like a team that's going to be 8-9, 9-8 for a while.
Maybe, but he's really the one special thing about that team, right?
Hopkins. Once Hopkins went down, everyone fell apart. Kyler, the whole thing. Hopkins is pretty important.
Yeah, but that's just more about, the fact, the one thing we should be talking about is the fact that, Steve Keim has somehow managed to last 3 different coaches in Arizona, when the best moves he's made are 2 trades, Chandler Jones and DeAndre Hopkins. Who's he drafted? Zaven Collins? That's a biscuit.
Ooh, biscuit.
Zaven Collins, actually, if you go back and look at the 2021 draft and you just look at it on face value, now there's some unknowns like Trey Lance. And then I'd put all 4 quarterbacks in unknowns, but in the first 16 picks, Zaven Collins might be the only pick that hasn't worked out.
Oh, what about Isaiah Simmons?
I think he's okay, but they play Jordan Hicks. Jordan Hicks is their number 1 linebacker. So
true. Byron Murphy?
I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, Rodney Hudson, that was another great trade. That's another great trade.
I thought Rondale was cool.
You
Rondale
can
Moore.
change their offense as a second round, though, as a second round pick.
Yeah. No, yeah, you're right. I can't really.
Maybe Buda Baker.
Buda Baker.
There you
Buda
go.
Baker. There you go. There you
And
go.
the other safety, Jalen Thompson, is quite good too.
Sure. All right. Those are our topics for the day. That's our hour with Vish. Right on the nose, too. Vish, thank you very much. Your internet was phenomenal today. Your hair was even better. Your takes were the best. I appreciate it.
I mean, dude, we had some disagreement today. We were, having a little bit of
That's what the off season's for, man. You got to spice it up because really there haven't been many topics other than things I make up or me getting in fights with players. So we got to do something. There's only so many players I can get block me.
I still don't get it. I think there were a lot of people just waiting in the wings, to get their shot off. Grant's been a little too successful the last couple of years, and then Debo blocking Grant proved something about Grant to them, I guess.
I thought he was I didn't think he was mad. He had the crying, laughing emojis. I thought he was having a good time with it, and then
I thought it was in jest actually. When
I thought it was in jest, and then he blocked me.
Yeah.
I was like, maybe I honestly thought his agent was like, dude, stop, block that guy and never tweet him again. That's what I would say if I was his agent. Like, I'm just saying.
I was shocked that he tweeted you, right? Because I was shocked he tweeted you because he doesn't tweet like anybody.
He's an Instagram guy, right? I don't know.
I'm not on Instagram, but I'm he's my favorite player in the league, so I'm keeping track of his Twitter. It's usually he'll come on one day and he'll tweet a bunch of random things. It'll be like 3 tweets in a span of 10 minutes. Everyone will be like, "What the hell is Debo trying to say?" And then it really means a whole lot of nothing.
The years where you could just post cryptic messages on social media are over. You're the best player in football. You have to think like, what would happen if Kyler Murray did the same thing I did? What would happen if Aaron Rodgers? Because that's how good you are. And anytime you tweet anything, it's borderline news, especially if we don't know what it means.
Yeah, I mean
Kyler Murray deleted pictures, and that was news.
Right. And he is the star. Yes. Of the 49ers, right? If you're talking 49ers, like, because it's not because like Bosa, Williams, Fred Warner, these are excellent players, but they're not the kind of players that, Fox wants to put on their pregame show that like every kid wants to wear his jersey and everything. That player on the 49ers is Debo Samuel.
Period. With
his post-game press conferences, he's dressed. I mean, Debo Samuel dresses well. The chains are always on point, and he comes in. And
to Debo's point, he's been posting cryptic messages for a long time, and clearly all of them aren't about football. Maybe most of them aren't. But, dude, you're too famous now. I'm sorry. It's hey, more money, more problems, Debo. More money, more problems. Biggie said that a long time ago.
He needs his more money. He needs his more money. Debo Samuel needs to get that bag.
More money, more problems, Debo. Sorry. The era of tweeting cryptic lyrics just for the sake of it, probably over. Probably. I bet you won't do it anymore.
Why probably? Give me something definitive here, Grant.
Probably. It's over. If I were your agent, I'd be like, dude, you're about to have $100 million in like 2 months. Will you chill? Stop tweeting. Can we get you to stop tweeting?
Yeah. I think it has to be 100, right?
What I've noticed, though, is athletes tweet the most right before they sign their second contract. I think it's probably the most anxiety they've ever felt in their entire life. And then after they get that life-changing second contract, they never tweet again. Ever.
No, they don't.
About, like,
they just retweet, something their teammate did for
charity.
Exactly.
Yeah, so above it. And I love that. Like Debo, I gotta savor it.
Like Eric Armstead has disappeared from Twitter.
Where are you, Eric? I've been trying so hard to get some kind of interaction with Eric Armstead, but he's just so above it now. He's like, you can kiss my pinky ring. I am the king of Sacramento. Thank you very much. I respect
him. He's playing unbelievable right now.
Eric's cool. I mean, he doesn't like me at all, but he's definitely doing a good job with the whole city of Sacramento. And also, I didn't tell anyone this, but because I wasn't trying to be like I went to pick up my credential in Dallas at the team hotel, and like the whole team was there. And I didn't want to do it because I was like spying. It was kind of like the Cincinnati thing, but it was in Dallas. I didn't tell anyone about this. Anyway, I was sitting right across from Eric Armstead, which is interesting. I was writing my article. He's right there. And I was curious to see if he was going to acknowledge me. He pretended like I didn't exist, which is fine. But he was sitting there with his parents, both of them. And he was just sitting talking with them for like an hour and a half. And I was so touched. I was like, oh, he's a good son. He's a good member of the community. Like, he's probably a good guy. So
yeah, he's awesome. I mean, he's awesome. What he's done.
Yeah.
What he's done, in Sacramento, it's incredible. I hope he does win the Walter Payton Man of the Year soon.
He should have won it this year. Who won it?
I think so too. Andrew Woodworth.
Yeah.
Andrew Woodward. Who else? Yeah.
Some white guy? That's fine. Anyway, I don't know how we got in Eric Armstead, but Kyler Murray, Arizona Cardinals. Man, Kyle Shanahan must be really, really amused.
Yeah,
Cliff
the funny
Kingsbury
thing
must
is,
be not amused.
to me, the only frustrating thing is I feel like it's happened too early in the offseason. Like
Yeah.
this could be washed away by May, which would stink. Like I need this to start in June and really creep up and be the cloud over the Cardinals season.
JCK510 says, Grant, are you still Kittle's dog? I was never Kittle's dog. Let me just make that real clear. All right. I'm not friends with anyone on the team. Anyone. And that's why people are like, oh,
not even Jimmy Ward. Damn.
Nah, man, I like Jimmy Ward, but we ain't friends. Maybe when he retires, me and him will fish. We'll go fishing. But until one of us invites the other over for dinner and we have a dinner party and I meet his wife and he meets my wife, we're not friends. We've done that. You're my friend. I've had dinner with Vish. Vish has met my wife. Vish is my friend.
I'm the
saying.